Welcome to Nation in Conversation. Today we focus on bringing in new entrants into the commercial farming sector. John, welcome.
Thank you, Theo.
John, let's start with the challenge. We all know we need to broaden the base of participants in the commercial farming sector. What are the challenges?
Yes, I certainly agree that we need to bring people through into the mainstream. But I'd like to take a step back in the sense that, farmers in terms of their production, a farmer's a farmer, if you want to put it that way. So to differentiate between small and large doesn't always make sense, and often their needs are similar. But what is important to me at this level, and we're talking entrance level of farming, is that you really got to look at what am I producing? Is it for household consumption and household food security? Or is it beyond that in terms of selling into the marketplace? And then once you decide if you're going to sell into the marketplace, you need to understand who your customer is, because that customer has certain needs and standards and food traceability, etc. And some of that could be maize production, which you're now competing with your commercial neighbor, and you're getting paid on per ton of maize, or you're going into a very high value market like citrus, for example, and sending your fruit to Europe and the Far East. So I think that's where it becomes clear to me, is that the link between the farmer, where they want to go, what they want to produce, and what support we provide, and that's where the value chain has a role to play.
Let's talk about the value chain. Why has it got such a big role to play?
Well, what I like about the value chain is that, and if you look at the citrus value chain, a good example. From a citrus point of view, we are the second biggest exporter of citrus in the world. So clearly they know what they need to do, and they're good at it. So I think they're well placed to provide the support and to guide new entrants into the market as what is actually required to satisfy a customer in Europe. Bearing in mind that the citrus farmers look at exporting 80-90% of their crop. So it's very focused on that market. I think another good example, which I think is working well, and citrus has done some good work, but sugarcane as well. If I look at RCL, which is a big player in the food market, and from a sugar point of view in particular, their Kwanzi Finance, which is based in Malulane, is a really good example where I think there's 650 small-scale farmers, and they range between 2 and 10 hectares. But they grow up to 650,000 tons of cane. Out of those two mills combined are probably just short of 4 million tons. So it's quite a significant component. If you then add to that they've got land reform projects, which are more commercial projects. So the one is a small scale, and then there's the land reform commercial. The supply to those two mills is 40% of their cane supply. So that is meaningful, and that is transformation in a big way. One of the critical factors that they've got right is they've made sure that the bulk water supply to the farm gate, to the farmer, who's got a centre pivot, he's got his hectares or 10 hectares of sugarcane, the bulk water supply is provided, the electricity is provided. And that's really important, because then the farmer can do what he needs to do. I think at Kwanzi you've got it right in that sense. Get your bulk water infrastructure right, get your technical support right in terms of growing the sugarcane, and then you have the miller that buys the cane. And from a total holistic point of view in terms of value chain, really important and really successful.
John, thank you very much. Well, it's clear that it is a complicated problem, and therefore we need different role players to focus on bringing new farmers into the formal system. From me, Theo Foster, good day.
Nation in Conversation, in collaboration with ENCA, moving the needle on the agriculture debate, in proud partnership with Senves, Bayer, Nedbank, AFGRI, Hinterland, and NWK.